We are back on Running Point with Braden Smith. It's been a couple of weeks and it feels great to be back, boys. Braden, how are you?
Doing well. Obviously excited to finally get back after, like you said, a couple weeks and looking forward to it.
Good to have you back. Always look forward to these Running Point episodes, especially the ones after victories. Those ones are always definitely a little bit more sweet. Good to have you back, Greg. Were you not going to communicate with me at all that we were wearing Purdue gear on this episode?
I figured you wouldn't want to this week, to be honest. You got a big game on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
We don't got to talk about that. That's not what Running Point's about. Don't worry about little old me.
You're right. You're right. Just wait till we get to our personal questions later in the show. All right, let's get right into it. We have a bunch of games to go back through, including I want to go all the way back to Nebraska at some point because that was a wild one. I was at Purdue for Purdue, Michigan. We'll talk through that one as well. But first, as Card alluded to, a great result for you guys. You get the rivalry win over Indiana in blowout fashion, 93 to 64. Trey Kaufman-Renn, 26 and 5. Fletcher Lawyer did not miss from the floor. You chipped in just a measly 15 and 8 in 30 minutes. Why not? But I have to imagine that one was both meaningful and fun to be a part of. So, what was it like in your shoes blowing out your rival?
No, it was definitely nice. And obviously, I thought when we went down there in the beginning of the year that we didn't play how we should have. And I thought we came out slow and obviously didn't do what was needed. So I felt like it was a good response from everybody, and I thought everybody played well. And obviously, we had the understanding that we can't finish this on a loss, and had to go out and get a win. So we were able to go do that.
Yeah, that first half from y'all was special, truly. I mean, obviously everyone who got in played good, but that was a true classic big three, Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, TKR moment. Was that just a moment of you guys kind of hitting on all cylinders, or was there a little bit, I guess, more into it with it being, the last rivalry game rendition that you guys are going to play in?
I think it's definitely a mix of both. Obviously, since it's the last that we'll probably play, but also just like it's another game at home, and we got to protect home court and win every game that we can. So I thought that was our goal, and I thought we approached it pretty well. And obviously, making shots helps. So when you're making shots and you got the crowd behind you, it's pretty hard to lose there. So
What's it like as a player in a rivalry as big as Purdue, Indiana? Have you played 8 games total?
yeah, eight.
No Big Ten tournament games or anything random. So eighth time for you, Fletcher, Trey. I mean, anyone who's watched Indiana play you guys is probably just so sick of you if they're a Hoosier fan. But from your perspective, you look at Indiana, it's a lot of new faces. They got a new head coach this year with Darren DeVries, and I mean, this was Lamar Wilkerson and Tucker DeVries' first year. So does that sort of change the vibes of a rivalry like that at all, or for you, is it just like? That's the team. That's Indiana. It doesn't matter who's suiting up.
Yeah, I thought it was a little weird, obviously, because they had a lot of new faces and like they just weren't used to the rivalry type feel, obviously, because they've never been a part of it. So I think for that it was a little weird. But I think just knowing again that it's IU, we understand that, and we've competed with them for 4 years now, and obviously it's been big for a very long time. So I think we understood from our side kind of how that goes, and I thought they honestly responded pretty well at their place, and thought they understood it.
Do you feel a little bit better inside now that you can leave your Purdue legacy as not having a losing record at Indiana? Because I know people blow you up about that being a thing. So now that's no longer no more. That's got to feel kind of good.
Yeah, no, it feels good. Obviously, I felt like we should have finished with a winning record, but I mean, at the end of the day, we'll take it and roll with that. So better than losing. So.
Dubs are always the move. I got to ask you about TKR, who, we'll talk about some other games where he's been incredible on the glass, but he was everywhere in this basketball game. I think he had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, to only 1 turnover. He played damn near a perfect game, whether it was in the post or, just kind of getting his. And he talked about how you guys are a different team than the first time you played Indiana. I guess, do you agree with that statement? And if so, what is different about that team? What's different about your team from the first time you played Indiana?
I just thought the approach, I thought was the biggest thing. And I thought our effort and intensity were just completely different from game one playing them to playing them at home the second time. Um, and I mean, I think he's right when he says that. And obviously, we should never let it get to that point to where, okay, well, we have to talk about playing hard and about intensity and that kind of things. Because I don't think we go out there trying not to play hard, but I think we kind of get lost sometimes in that and are like, oh, like, we gotta, recalibrate and focus and lock in here to get to that point to compete at a high level. So I think he's right. And I thought, like I said, that we had a great start and were able to kind of put him away early.
I feel like I'm hearing you speak on something we've done reactions to throughout conference play for you guys this year. There was like the Jalen Rose segment a month ago where he was like, listen, I've been on a number one ranked team before. You get bored. Like you're through this your third time. You're just waiting for March. You can see the finish line. And we kind of laughed at that at first because we know the competitor that you personally are. Like, sounds dumb to act like you'd be bored in Big Ten play, but I guess hearing you sort of verbalize the idea of, maybe we needed to refocus a little bit and just lock back in. Is there an element of truth to that when you're a senior going through this for the fourth time? And I don't know, not boredom, but what's the sort of mentality behind like needing a refocus point?
Yeah, no, I think just, and it's not to like discredit people and the wins that the teams have beat us, but it's just like, I don't know. I think, I don't know if that's necessarily the boredom is the word, but it's more just like having that understanding, like, all right, like let's kind of get through this and let's obviously win basketball games, but I don't know. I don't really know exactly how to explain that, but I think for us it was just like we can't go out every single night and just expect to make shots and win basketball games because there's going to be games where we're not making shots and we got to find ways to win when that's happening. So that's defensively and that's kind of our concentration and what we're trying to focus on. So I think for us it's that aspect because I really never think our offense is really a problem, even though like yeah we're missing shots, but they're wide open shots for the most part. So I really think offensively we're always normally pretty fine. It's just defensively where I'm talking about the refocus and continuing to kind of put an emphasis on that.
Against Indiana, you guys scored 1.5 points per possession. I saw someone after said this was the best offensive half in terms of efficiency margin that you guys have ever had. Um, I guess so many games with this core group as a player in this, did it feel like that was the best you, Trey, and Fletcher collectively have ever played together?
Not at all.
No?
Definitely.
Not even for a second.
No, not even for a second. I mean, I knew we were like hitting shots and playing good, but like I don't think it was ever like the best. But yeah,
Mm.
no, that doesn't even not
Is
even
there
a
a game that comes to mind? Like, what would be the moment in your mind of like peak you, Trey Fletcher?
mm,
Wonder if there even is one. It like I don't know.
I don't even know.
It's kind of a
Say
hard
one.
question.
That is a hard question. I would have to like actually like think about that.
Greg,
Like
you're supposed to come with that answer. I'm not
Or
gonna lie. That
maybe it's still coming. I don't. In my head, I think of like I feel like you all played amazing in the run to the title game. It was like four straight games of shooting the lights out, other than the Tennessee game. But I mean, shit, I think back to when my team came to Mackey last year, Michigan. You beat us
yeah,
by 35. That was special.
that one was yeah, that was special.
So this
Yeah,
felt like
well,
that as an unbiased watcher this time.
yeah.
It was special. I want to know about Omer also, because beyond the three of you guys, amazing. Omer had a career night, career high in a Purdue uniform, 18 points. He hits four threes. And as Cart and I like to say, the way he was hitting his shots was very do him-esque. It was get out of my way, da da, the type of thing we saw from Team Israel. So you're a big Omer guy. We know this. We got to interview him on this show. What was it like watching your boy go to work?
No, it was awesome, and I think it was kind of that feeling when CJ versus Michigan last year, like had those shots big time early, and I feel like that was kind of what got us that lead. Because I mean, he got the steal, got a layup, hit two threes back to back, and then it's a quick timeout, and then obviously we had the fans on our side. I thought that was kind of similar to that. And obviously we kind of had the game by the time he was doing that, but he was still making an impact. And I think it just really benefited us and helps us when a guy comes off the bench is able to score. What do you have, like 18?
Yeah.
18.
18 off the bench like that and just kind of dominate a game. Um, and I thought he was very confident and he was just going out there scoring. So just kind of let him do his thing and he's gonna go over there and make shots.
Yeah, it was fun to watch too because I remember one of the earlier running point episodes that we had. You talked about how Omar would sometimes get into these modes where he didn't really run the play necessarily, right? Like he maybe took one too many dribbles. On this one,
Yeah.
it seemed like he kind of like he had a little bit of freedom in this basketball game. It did look a little. I always talk about G with the dots. It literally looked like you know national team Omar Meyer. I guess
Yeah.
with his recent success. Is it just him getting comfortable? Is it also maybe the coaching staff getting maybe used to the way Omer plays? Maybe it's a little bit more free flowing and less like kind of play running robotic, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. I think also like when you're making shots, they don't necessarily care like really what the shot what you shoot. Because obviously if you're hitting two or three shots in a row, like yeah, expect the next one to go up. That's just how it is, like a heat check type of moment. So I think it's part of that, but I think it's a lot of trust too built up. I feel like our coaching staff trusts a lot of us to go out there and do that and to make shots and to go make plays. And I think that's just really what it is. And I think Omer just once you see a couple shots go in, your confidence goes up and you play a little bit better. So I think it's what it was.
A month ago, we came on this program and discussed the idea of a shooting slump for Fletcher Lawyer and the way this was being received from everybody. Can we play a quick game of guess what Fletcher is shooting from three in five of your last six games? Do you know this?
I don't know it, but I would say you said from three?
So he had the 4 for 17 game against Nebraska.
Special.
With that mixed in to the 6 game sample size, I'll give you that number in a second. But let's
Okay.
just pull that one out. That was weird. The other 5 games, he's attempted 28 threes. Guess what he is shooting from three?
28. I'd say he's probably 50, 60%.
64%, 18 for 28 in five of your last six.
Yeah. But everybody was freaking out about it.
Add 4 for 17 to it. He's still 49% in your last 6 games. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Thank God Fletcher Lawyer did not stop shooting. Am I right?
Hold on now. I'm still mad at Fletch. Hope Fletch listens to this because we're 4 for 4 and we don't get another attempt up against Indiana. Unacceptable. We haven't missed. Why do we have a perfect? I don't get it. There could have been a couple more 3 pointers went up. He could be at 70% right now.
A lot of shot faking.
Lot he loved man. This if there's something Fletch loves, he loves a good one dribble, that 1-2 dribble. But he just gotta let it fly. Why not? The 17 attempts is my favorite Fletcher Lawyer game of all time.
Yeah.
Truly,
I think
truly, truly.
100% worked out for him as well. All right,
Man, I
so
feel
I
great.
was in town for the Tuesday night game. We'll talk about that one in a moment, but I was sort of picturing how different the environment must have been following Friday night, realizing not only did you get a blowout rivalry win, but it's now a Friday night in West Lafayette for you guys. So I'm curious, what does a Friday night in West Lafayette look like after an Indiana win for Braden Smith and teammates?
Yeah, I think for teammates and then obviously for me it's two different worlds. I think all my teammates went out. They went to Harry's. And then I think to Cactus and I was getting texts from them at like 3 a.m. or whatever. But I was up because on my side, I was actually streaming, playing Xbox is what I'd rather do anyways. So I was actually sitting right here just playing Xbox, trying to have a good time, and I actually had like 45,000 views on my stream.
No,
Hey,
that I tapped into the stream after the
Yeah.
dub. It
So I
was
was
it was
like, this is
crazy.
pretty. I was like, this is pretty impressive. I was like, at one point there was like 900 viewers and at once watching. And I was like, this is pretty impressive. So I was like, dang.
Also hilarious. I'm pretty sure I think it was Lance. Someone FaceTimed you and like, why are you not out?
Yeah. I
Someone's
was
like,
like,
what do you? He's like, why are you streaming right now?
yeah, no, it was Lance. Lance was asking where I was. He tried to get because he was there at the game and he was like, yeah, like, are we going out? And I was like, you got it, bro.
You
I'm good. I'm good.
you got it, Lance. Go hold it down.
Have fun, man. Have fun.
Oh
He
man, got to be good vibes.
was that the old hey, I'm in 2K now trick, or was that just a coincidence that now you're in NBA 2K the night you don't go out with the team?
I think it was more excitement because it happened that day. It was at like noon, and I was actually on that day. Everybody, there's a bunch of people that like DM me on Instagram, like, bro, you got a game tonight, like lock in. I'm like, this is what I do to lock in. Like literally every home game, like we'll have like shoot around 4 hours before our game. So we'll do that, and then we have like a little hour and a half, 2 hours before I have to come back to the gym. So like I always come back here, me, my roommate, and then another buddy. We always play 2K. Like I literally play like theater like before I leave to go back to Mackey to go play a basketball game. So I'm just like it's just what I do. Like I don't know, just take your mind off stuff and just be able to have fun, play video games, and I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I do all the time.
folks telling you to lock in while you're trying to lock in. They're actually distracting you from locking in. Also, we'll talk a little bit more about your Twitch at the end, but it's hilarious watching you on there because right now you're saying like, yeah, I just want to have a good time, relax. I've seen Braden on the stream. All right, don't let somebody throw a wrong pass or not set a screen or not outlet it right. Or I think Lance didn't have his settings right one time. Braden wasn't having fun. He was not having any fun.
Dude, because Lance is sitting there. We're in the middle of the game trying to win. First off, we're getting shit on by the chat of how we're losing and how we're bad and all this stuff. And then it's Lance like just sitting over there, not even playing the game. He's just reading off the chats. I'm like, Lance, bro, like win the game and then read the chats. Like I'm focused, locked in, and then after the game, like I'll read stuff, like comment to people or whatever. But I'm like, dude, like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, let's go, bro. Like,
Gotta lock it in.
yeah.
The
So it's fun though. It's good.
the Braden Smith competitive gene knows no end. All right. Well, congratulations on Indiana. Obviously, a great result. Purdue fans are ecstatic with it, I am sure. Let's
Mhm.
talk Michigan. So, obviously, not a great result for you guys. The opposite, of course, in terms of vibes. I was in the building for this and um, just dug a big hole early, is what it felt like. The second half was a much better performance and cut it to single digits, and things did get interesting. But what was your perspective as that was ongoing in that first half? It certainly didn't feel anything like previous Michigan Purdue games that I've seen. What was your perception being in it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they're obviously a very talented team, and I feel like they're number one because of a certain reason, and obviously they just lost to Duke, but I still think they're one or two in the nation just because they're so talented from top to bottom, and I just think for us, what we struggled with early on was boxing out and getting rebounds because they got a lot of second chance points off of tip outs and I think they had like I think it was like 15-0 at one point on second chance points and we went down by 20 in the first half. So if you take that away, it's a whole different basketball game to where we don't have to crawl and fight back and do what we had to do in the second half to even be in the game. So I thought if we just would have had a quicker start, I think, in the first half and I think that maybe that game could be different. And obviously, like as a competitor, like you want games back that you lost. And obviously, like I would want that game back. So I think there's a lot of different things that we could do to one, be better. But also, I mean, like again, it's not to discredit them because they played unbelievable. I mean, they shot it like what 60% from three or whatever it was. Like some
Mhm.
unbelievable number, shot it real well. On top of rebounding well, and then defensively, I think they're number one in the country. So I mean, they make it tough for you. So I think for us, and I think for me too. I had a terrible start. I think I had zero in the first half, maybe, or something
Mhm.
like that. And it was just if I had a better start too, I think things could have went another way as well. But I mean, it is what it is, and obviously give credit to them for coming out and beating us. So.
Yeah, obviously, still a little bit of season to go, but Michigan seems to be in the driver's seat for the Big Ten title. I know you spoke on like the shot making, the defense and things like that. When you were out there with them, I guess, did you feel a sense of different level of physicality? Because they do just start like, 7'3", 6'9", 6'8" at the wing. And I know you talked about the second chance points and the tip out. I guess with a team like that, with that level of physicality, do you just put more of an emphasis on, the boxing out and things like that? And I guess did you notice the physicality difference like actually being on the court and playing against them?
Yeah, no, I think for us, we definitely emphasize that going in. Like it's always an emphasis for Illinois. You know, they're always crashing the boards. They're always going to be running in there, trying all five of them. So we know that that's always going to be an emphasis rebounding. Same with like a Michigan State. Same with them. So I think for us, that was just our main thing, and obviously they got us on it. And then I think in the second half we out rebounded them, and I think at the end of the game we finished with more rebounds than them. So I think for us, if we just had a better start, I think that's a little different. But for me, I don't think the physicality was different. I feel like I'm kind of just used to just that style and level of basketball at this point. That they definitely were a lot bigger than teams that we've played against all around, obviously from the 1 to the 5. But I think for me, like I would rather have a bigger guy guarding me than a small scrappy guard. So. For me, yeah, I thought it was good, but I mean they switch five ways too, so it doesn't
Mhm.
really change a whole lot. You're going against someone that's athletic and lengthy, so
Right.
Yeah, to your point, 14 offensive rebounds for you guys to 13 for Michigan, evened it out big time in the second half. So, um, you mentioned the shooting. Michigan shot 57% from three, 13 for 23 in that game. And obviously, I'm in the building. I'm a Michigan fan. I was looking at the guys I was sitting with, like, they don't normally do this. Like, this is a pretty crazy shooting night. We said similar things after Illinois. I think similar things after Iowa State, and obviously all three of those games are against top 10 caliber opponents in Mackey Arena that didn't go your guys' way. We actually saw Trey after the game. We like went out a tunnel at the wrong way. We were leaving Mackey, and Trey had a pizza and was just walking out at the same time as us. And we introduced ourselves real quick, and I was like, "Man, you played your ass off in the second half." He hit us with like very Trey like, "Would they shoot? Would they shoot from three?" I was like, man, damn near 60%. So
yeah.
you alluded to it. Is this, I don't want to say bad luck because it's now happened a few times this season, but how do you guys process just another lights out shooting night from an opponent? Is it something you guys are doing wrong? Is it just bad luck? Is it a mix?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of it. It's happened my 4 years. It's always been. I've always said it forever, and everybody's like, "Oh, we were just making excuses." I'm like, "Nah, like it's like a real thing. Like teams shoot better against us than anybody else. Like go watch the games. Like it feels that way as a player, and that's not excuses or anything. I'm like genuinely like that's what I was like. I was like, "Geez, like it's every time someone plays against us, it's all either their best game." Or their best game. Like there's no other option. That's literally what it is. So for me, it's just like I'm so used to it. And actually, after that game, I saw a stat saying that's true. That teams shoot about what was it, 8 to 10% more or higher on their 3-point percentage when they play us compared to a normal game or a different game.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, makes sense.
It feels like that when you're out there.
100% every single game. I'm like every time, like I told you, like the Iowa game. Two guys that made six threes combined on the year had six that game. One
Mhm.
dude had
Yeah.
four. Actually, it may have been more than that. I think the other dude had three.
Mhm. Yeah.
So like
Yep.
it's literally
Yep.
always versus us. Like the non-shooters hit shots versus us every time. Like every time someone shoots, I'm like, yeah, it's in. Like, here
I
we
mean,
go.
you see Fletcher Lawyer across from you, the greatest three-point shooter, one of the greatest three-point shooters in Purdue history. They just probably feel a little bit inspired. It's I think it's a respect thing for y'all once they see that Purdue across from them. A little bit more about this game. Obviously Michigan and they got all the accolades right now. Even after even without the Duke loss, a lot of comments about how this team feels unbeatable. Yaxel makes comments after the game about how he really doesn't think anybody can beat them, this, that, and the third. Obviously, you said that, as a competitor that you want to play them again. Do like any of these comments like resonate with you that like make you want to see them again, or is it just like the competitive spirit in you that wants another shot at playing them?
I think both. I mean, obviously, because I think one, like they shut the lights out versus us, and I would like if it happens twice, then kudos to them. But I would like to have that opportunity again, and I don't want to sound like that guy that's like, oh well, the game's over. I'd like to have another chance and we'd beat them, like that type of thing. That's not what I'm saying. It's more just like I would like to just play them again and just in another chance anywhere. Like, and that's anybody. Like, I would like to have the Iowa State game back. Like, I would like to have the Illinois game back because we had that game won. Like
Mhm.
we should have won that game. And obviously, like Wagler played unbelievable, and their team made shots down the stretch. But I thought we had that game won, and we played well as a team. They just made more shots than we did right there at the end. So I mean, yeah, I think that's just how I am. Obviously, like, sure, maybe part sore loser a little bit, but I feel like that's just me and who I am because I'm like, well, damn, like they shot the best they've ever shot ever, and of course it happened to be against us. Like they don't shoot like that versus anybody else. So I mean, obviously, like I don't know, maybe it doesn't change too because it's us, it's us again. So they'll probably shoot well again. So, but I would like that again, obviously, and every game that we've lost in the past, obviously, I'd like to have another chance at.
No, I think I speak for basketball fans everywhere. We would love to see Purdue, Illinois again. We would love to see Purdue, Michigan again. If we do, if we get any of these games, it likely means deep Big Ten tournament or deep NCAA tournament runs for both teams. So I think it's on the table for certain. All these teams we're discussing here, top 8 in the country. It was a historically great, top heavy top of this Big Ten conference this year. And again, you're 2 days away from another top 10 matchup against Michigan State. So plenty to look forward to. One more question from the Michigan game. Zach Edey was in attendance. And I don't know if this was on the broadcast much or what, but in the arena, it certainly felt cool, like a moment that he was back for a game that big. Did you get a chance to talk to him at all, either before, during, or after the game?
No, I didn't. He's always a fashionably late type of guy. So I actually didn't see him until whenever he walked in the tunnel with maybe like that first media timeout, whatever that was. And after the game, I think he was just out so early that we never got the chance to see him. So I didn't really get to talk to him, but I did obviously see him walk in and come to the game.
How a human that size moves in silence like he does will forever just add to the enigma that is the back-to-back National Player of the Year. Zach. Like, how does he just move like he could just be incognito in that state, in that city, even at his size? I don't understand it.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, that's an unbelievable question.
He
Yeah.
popped up, and the only time anyone noticed him, he was helping Gene Katie to his seat. It was just
Yeah,
like
he didn't think anybody out there was like, who's that person helping Gene? That's a big guy. Like,
crazy,
oh,
crazy. He had a
come on, bro.
100%
Come
approval
on, bro.
rating before that moment, and somehow I think it improved from that. So
Yeah.
shout out to Zach, and we wish you well, Zach. This is not going to make its way back to Zach Edey, but somehow someone pass along the message to Zach Edey. All right, let's go back to the Nebraska game. We're going way back now, but I was telling you guys before we clicked record, this game was like wild enough that I want answers on some of the various components from this game. So if you're forgetting this at this point, 2 weeks ago, Purdue went to Lincoln. Nebraska, huge matchup at this point. You guys were 19-4, 9-3 in the league. Nebraska had only 2 losses at this point, big time implications, and you jumped all over them. Purdue led by as much as 24 early in the second half. I think a 40-point first half as a group. Just felt like firing on all cylinders, at least from what I was watching. And then just slipped away. The second half was sort of this, I don't know, this two separate Nebraska run stretch that they cut it to 10 and then you recontrolled it, then they cut it to 4 late and then a bunch of missed free throws. So just one of the wilder games in general that I've ever seen. Broadly asking you this 4 years into your career, where does that game rank in terms of wildest games you've been a part of?
No, it's definitely up there. Obviously, because that game should have been over in regulation. But I think for us, like you always expect the craziness when you play us, and I feel like that's just like that's how it is. Teams always, especially them, they're a second half team, to where they always have those games. Like maybe if they're down, okay, well they're coming back, and obviously they're good enough to do that. So I think it's definitely up there though for sure.
So when you say like that team is a second half team, do you always have that in the back of your head? I mean, obviously maybe there's a coach or two on the bench that is like they got a run in them, or you yourself know they have a run in them. I guess in that moment, how do you just kind of center yourself, I guess, and get yourself kind of locked back in, knowing that that team is good enough to make a little bit of a run like they did in that second half?
Yeah, I think. Well, we just went in with an understanding that that's just what they've done. In the previous games before us is that they've scored a bunch and had a bunch of big runs like that. So I think for us, it was to emphasize the first 4 minutes of the second half are got to be really important. That's where we can either shut a team out or let them come back in it. And I think for us, it was we obviously didn't do that, and shots obviously weren't falling. I thought we got a lot of good shots, just shots didn't go in. And I think for us, that we obviously weren't locked in defensively either because they were hitting shots and getting away from us. So it's just what happens, and we kind of have that expectation too that teams aren't just going to give up and lie down as like we would never do that either. We'd always try to fight and crawl back too. So
When Cart and I were there a couple of years ago, we felt it was one of the more underrated crowd places you could find in the Big Ten. It certainly looked loud as they made a furious run in the second half. So, what was that environment like?
I think since my freshman year, I've said that's probably one of my favorite places to play at. I love it. I always tell everybody, like my parents weren't able to go to I think my freshman and sophomore year game there, or maybe they were there my second year. Just my dad, but they both that they had something, and I was like, that's probably like one of the best environments I've played in. But it's always fun playing there. I enjoy it. It's always loud and always hectic, so it's always fun.
Yeah, it was definitely hectic in there. We'll get to that once we'll get to the hecticness. Don't worry about that. But we got to talk a little bit more about, I want to talk about the big men, the big fellas in this one. Obviously, Oscar had the big bucket to win the game, but even before that, Trey and Clough were absolutely monsters on the glass in this game. They combined for 33 rebounds. Just coming off a couple games where Clough wasn't as good on the glass, but I mean, he really stepped up in this game. What did you see from those two guys? I mean, going back to what you said earlier, was it just those two guys locking in that moment? Because they absolutely dominated the glass in this game on both ends.
Yeah, no, I think that's just what they did. And I think once they have that realization that if they're getting offensive rebounds at that rate at all times, it's like how the Michigan game went. Like when they're getting second chance points like that, like it kind of demoralizes the team and kind of kills the team. So I think once they did that, that's how we got the big lead. And obviously I felt like Trey and Oscar have been rebounding at an unbelievable level this year, and it helps in the games that they do rebound at a level like that. We win games, and it benefits us and helps us. So just try to always relay that message to them and try to always get that from them.
33 rebounds between them against Nebraska, 16 defensive boards for TKR, 10 offensive boards for Oscar. One of the wilder rebounding performances a front court has put up in the country this year. So very impressive. All right, let's get to the chaos here. You were at the line, then Fletcher was at the line, then CJ was at the line. And I believe, if I have it correct in my memory, collectively, you guys went 0 for 4 down the stretch, two missed front ends, and then two missed once you got in the double bonus as well. Now, it took some crazy shot making from Nebraska mixed with the misses to really push this to overtime, but obviously, you are the free throw shooter that you are. Fletcher Lawyer is the free throw shooter that he is. CJ, in his own right, is a career 80% free throw shooter on pretty high volume at this point. So, could you believe in sequence that happened? And what were you and the other guys thinking as this unfolded that way?
I mean, personally, I was just pissed I missed the free throw, if I'm being completely honest, because obviously my job is to make those, and I feel like I shoot a pretty good percentage for me. So, I was frustrated with myself. Obviously, Fletch, he makes free throws at a very high level too, and he was the same as me. And then obviously CJ is, like you said, shoots at a very high level. And I don't know, maybe we got jinxed or something.
Can they put the blame? Because were you the first one to miss? Can they blame you, Braden? They saw you. Maybe they saw that. I figured that's what Fletcher said. Fletcher be like, I saw
Yeah.
Braden miss, and then TJ be like, well, I mean, Fletcher and Braden miss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely on me for sure.
Well, the other fan bases have been hiring Etsy witches for random curses lately. So I don't know. We know Nebraska's crazy. I was wondering if there was like a witch under the basket or some 80% shooters going 0 for 4 at the line. I've never seen that before. Crazy.
And no, I haven't seen that either.
I mean, was backdrop depth perception issues? Was it a little bit too chilly in there? We need to get to the bottom. There's something going on at Pinnacle.
I mean, I don't even know. I think for me, it was just I haven't shot a free throw in the entire game, so it was just a little bit.
Can I get one strike? That was my first.
Well, it's not even
Um,
that. I don't even shoot a whole lot of free throws. Like Michigan, I shot 10 free throws. That's the most I probably shot all year. So I was like, dang, I'll take it.
I like this.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
All right. Beyond the missed free throws, you had a chance in regulation for a game winner. And if I'm remembering correct, it was ranked Mast who had his chance to take the lead at the line. He missed the second free throw, or I guess the only free throw from an and one opportunity. And then you guys get the board, you come down. It very clearly became a last second shot situation. Worst case scenario, you go to OT. Best case scenario, you hit a game winner or someone hits a game winner. This reminds me of the final sequence of the UCLA game where we asked you about that. And basically, if I can paraphrase correctly, your words were, yeah, it was going to be a ball screen. I saw CJ open. I made the right play. It was a great shot. Didn't go in. This time, watching it live, in my head, I'm like, oh, he's not giving this one up. He's going for this one. So, what did you see on that play?
Yeah, no, I mean, I had the ball. I think there was, what, 7 seconds left.
Mhm.
He missed the free throw, and I was going, and by the time I got the screen, I was just like, I looked up at the clock and it was like 2.93. I was like, uh-oh, I gotta go. Like I thought I had like a second or two more because I was gonna try to get past him going right. And it was actually Fletch set a punch screen for the big or vice versa. And then Fletch kind of like ghosted out of it. So his man switched out onto me. And I was honestly gonna pull the deep three, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna use my speed and try to get past him here. And then that's when I looked up at the clock and it was like 2.7. And I was like, uh-oh. So I was like, all right, I got about a dribble or two, and then I just got to go try to get a shot up. And honestly, it left the hand, and I was like, oh, that's butter. That's butter. That's it. And then a little too long or too hard, missed the shot. And then obviously we're going in overtime, and which is nice though, because obviously we didn't lose the game because of it. It's just either a missed shot or we go in overtime and try to win it.
Hezzy tray would have been scenes. I mean, I'm not mad at the turnaround attempt, but the Hezzy tray would have definitely been special into the plethora of celebrations that we have seen before. But hey, at least you got one up. I like that. Now fast forward into overtime, final possession. Fletcher misses a three from the wing, I think, and Clough gets it. Wait, was it Clough that got it back, or was it Braden that got it
It
back,
was
G?
me. It was
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I got it.
yeah.
It was too long ago. I had it in my notes. Once again, I was pissed, Braden. I was pissed because I know that you got the float in your game. Was there any thought that that one was maybe going up right there?
I mean, like I caught it, and kind of like when you're in the team's playing a 2-3 zone, you catch in the middle, you kind of just freak out because it's kind of like an awkward situation to kind of
Yeah,
be
you.
in.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure you pump faked.
yeah, like you don't know. Like, do you shoot a normal jump shot? Do you shoot the floater? Like, you're just in that in between area. And then I was like, well, I don't know where anybody's at. There's someone behind me. There's someone in front of me. There's two guys over there. There's another guy on my right. So, like, I think for me, like, there was just like 90 different things going through my head. So I was like, all right, well, the safest thing to do is to just, kind of take care of the basketball, kick it out, and maybe go get it and go try to make a play. And obviously, we got it out, and Fletch drove and hit Clough, got the N one, and we're able to win the game.
That's why you're the Koozie Award winner and the point guard you are, because in that moment when you were having all those thoughts going through your head, I was screaming at my screen, float him. Like, get that up. Please float him right there. That's game. But it ended up working out. Honestly, a pretty tough play from Fletch in that moment. Like, tough catch by Clough. Really good finish with him with the left hand with the and one. He gets excited. How was that moment seeing that unfold? Because it looked like obviously it kind of was like a little bit of a chaotic moment, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But then Fletch dished it off. Then obviously it ends up working out. What were your thoughts in that moment?
I mean, I thought Fletch was shooting it. I thought it was going up.
So did
So
I. I
that's
think so did everybody.
His
personally that's what I thought.
his
So
18th attempt of the game.
yeah, so I thought it was going up, but obviously he made a good play and got to the middle of the floor, and then defenses are kind of at our mercy at that point if you let it get that deep in the paint. So and obviously Clough made an unbelievable play, and just seeing him celebrate I think was the weirdest part for me because I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like I was just expecting like just straight face, like, yeah, all right, like that type of thing. So I thought it was cool just seeing Clough honestly react like that. And obviously, he made a good play for us to win us a basketball game.
It felt emblematic of the performance he gave, right? He's had a couple quiet performances in games leading up to that game and spits out 12 and 14 and two blocks. Like that's one of the better Oscar Clough games that we've seen in Big Ten play. So I thought it was cool as someone who's watched every game for you guys this year, like for him to get a moment like that. That's why you brought him here from last year's team to this year's team. And ultimately, that was a really important win for you guys to survive that sort of meltdown in the second half and still escape a place like Lincoln with that win. I do want to know this. After playing all these contenders, I think Michigan State is really the only top five team in the standings that you haven't seen, and that's coming later this week. Nebraska, I think, is the only one that seems surprising on the surface to people that may be outside of the Big Ten world, right?
Yeah.
It's Nebraska. They weren't picked near the top of the league. You've played all of them now. Do they belong with the Illinois, the Purdue's, the Michigans of the world this year? What makes that team tough?
No, 100%. They definitely belong, and I think they've won enough games to prove that. And obviously, they've put themselves in a position to earn that. And I think they're obviously a great team. I don't think they have like I don't not necessarily like I don't know the word. They don't have like a guy that's like, oh yeah, go get a bucket. They're just collectively all just very good. And
Mhm.
and when you play like collectively very well offensively and defensively, it's hard to beat you because you play the right way, you share the ball, you take care of it, and then you guard defensively, and you have a scheme defensively that you always do. So I thought obviously they're who they are for a reason, and I think they're a really good team. And I think for us, we were able to pull out a good win.
Yeah, definitely a tough team. Not tough fan base though, because they threw items. We don't like fan bases that throw items. We shun fan bases that do that over here on Running Point and here at Sleepers Media. So the video comes out after a game. A fan threw something at the bench. I'm still trying to figure out the timestamps on when this beverage and or cup was thrown. Did you notice this cup and or beverage being thrown in the moment?
I didn't notice it in the moment, but I also saw the video, and it was like right when that last timeout was when they were taking the ball out.
Hmm.
And obviously we get blamed for trying to pour water right there. Like we knew he was gonna catch it right there on that spot.
Who
But
did it, Braden? Who did
yeah,
it? It's okay. Who did it?
it was me, I guess. It was me.
Well,
Yeah.
did you see the video accusing Trey? Somebody
I
slowed down the video of him like dumping water bottle or something.
no, I did see that, but I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Trey would ever do that.
Of course not.
No, I really don't think you would. But I did see it, and it did. I could see why people were like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah." But I bet if that's anybody else, it's not an issue. But since it's Purdue, it's gonna be, "Oh yeah, they did it. Like they cheat." Like I don't think we've ever cheated in anything ever.
And Trey wouldn't do that either. Trey's like very one with like nature and water. He wouldn't waste water on a court. Never would he do that.
Oh,
He's one with
I
nature.
was just cracking up at
Wait,
half.
who would do it if someone did it, Braden? Throw someone under the bus. Who's the mischievous one on the team who would do it?
probably me or Fletch, to be honest. Yeah, it would probably be me or Fletch.
I can see
Fletcher.
that.
I can see that.
Everybody else is pretty like low key and just like just good dudes. And me and Fletch are probably the only, no offense, but dickheads on the team.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tracks. It
Yeah.
tracks. All right. Well, thank you for going back down memory lane. This is what happens when we take a couple weeks off during the craziest, most chaotic part of the schedule. But apologies to the haters. Running Point is back, and there was a lot to digest on tonight's episode. Let's reset quickly because March is almost here. You guys only have two more home games in Mackey Arena, four games left in the conference schedule as a whole. Has that set in yet? I mean, you are at the point where this is the final weeks of your career, only two more times suiting up in that arena that ultimately I can only imagine you're going to have a number and a name up in the rafters at some point. So has that set in? How are you feeling coming down the stretch of this?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think really it's kind of kicked in yet. Probably Thursday during the game that'll kind of set in, and then obviously the last home game, that's obviously going to have a impact. But I think for now, it is kind of crazy. I have been talking to some people about it, just how quick it goes by. Because I just remember like literally being a freshman on the floor, just trying to make a spot and trying to help a team win. So I think for me, it's just kind of crazy that we literally have 4 games left of the regular season and we're done with Mackey. So obviously it's kind of sad and sucks because it's obviously a great environment, fun to play in. But I mean, I'm getting old, so happens.
Unk status is getting there, and I mean, you never know. Too obviously, rules are being made daily. This might not be the end for you and Mackie, for all we know. But hey, I as honestly, I'm gonna come out here and say it. I really hope it's your last game at Mackey. I'm done with you. Done playing against you. I don't want anything to do with that. This is off schedule a little, or off script a little bit, but I want to ask you while we are on the topic of Mackey. What's actually your favorite part about Mackey that maybe people don't know? Like obviously people love you love the crowd, you love the environment. I'm assuming you love the rims in Mackey. What's
Yeah.
a maybe an underrated part of Mackey that maybe people don't know about that you personally, Braden Smith, love?
Mm, that's actually a good question. Mm,
Is your locker nicer than everyone else's?
no, mine's dirty. I got stuff
Really?
everywhere. I got stuff everywhere.
You
I
get a
mean,
lot of stuff, it
You get a
sounds
lot of stuff.
I
like.
do, yeah, I do get a lot of stuff, but a lot of mail, like a lot of that kind of stuff's all on the floor. I got clothes, shoes. I probably have the messiest, if I'm being honest, but I do have a lot of shoes, so that's
Yeah,
probably one of the reasons I don't have any places to put anything else. So,
it's forgiven. It's forgiven.
yeah,
Speaking of stuff that's been given to you, you went pretty viral this week for a gift from a young girl, it looked like. What's the
yep.
story there?
Yeah, just walked out of the locker room and this young girl asked for a picture and said she made a photo for me and I was like it's like or a drawing and I was like, "Oh, like, that's awesome." And obviously like I think she had a ball too, maybe that signed. I don't know. So much going on after games. I just saw her right when I walked out and she's like, here's that for you. And I was like, "Oh, I really appreciate that." And then took the picture and then just walked to media because we didn't have time because we were taking forever after the game. So didn't really have time to do anything else. So I just went to media and I had it there and they all asked about it.
It's all got to be nice to have moments like that. I think, being in this, we've seen some of the things that get thrown your way. It's nice to get a little bit of innocence, I guess, in that moment of people that look up to you and are excited to watch you play. Also, she added Omer to the picture, so great job by her.
Yep.
Great, just
Yeah.
great awareness. It was a great photo. Didn't do his jawline or his arms justice, but you know what? It's okay though.
She had
There
Omer
are nights.
transferred to Penn State, though, didn't she? Wasn't that it was Penn
Yeah.
State 17? Yeah.
Yeah. Someone on Penn State 17. I was like, dang, Omar, this is you. And then he like pointed to the shorts and it was like, it says Penn State. I was like, it does say Penn State. I said, what you doing, man? I was like, what's going on? We had a conversation here. But no, it was
Hey,
cool just seeing that, obviously. So
I'll be in Happy Valley, boots on the ground, if he even thinks about touching Omer. I want that very known. Let's shift though. Paint. Kind of talked about how, the Big Ten title is obviously what you guys wanted to win. That's really not in the cards this year. And you guys kind of having to accept that and how to work through that. I guess in your mind, obviously, you guys set yourself with such these lofty goals, and one of the goals is obviously not going to be reached. How do you readjust in that moment while also, I guess just kind of addressing what the situation is that the Big Ten title is not necessarily in the cards.
I mean, it sucks, obviously, because that's obviously as a competitor, what you want is to win literally everything possible, and that's how I am too. If you didn't catch on by now, but I think having that understanding though of okay, well, that's the season's not over. Like just because we lost a couple games here and there, the season's not over. Our main goal that we have underlined at the top isn't out of sight. Like there's still a lot of other goals that we can accomplish. So I think for now is as obviously we can't win the Big Ten. It's just to finish obviously winning these next four games and then I mean even going in the Big Ten tournament and winning a couple of those games and then going into March Madness and playing our best basketball then because that's obviously more important. And then that's what every team prepares for and wants to win. So I think for us is just kind of to shift that focus on these next four games and trying to win them one at a time.
You mentioned Big Ten tournament, and I'm glad you did because I was curious about this. You won it your freshman year,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
And then haven't won it since, unless I'm misremembering.
Nope.
And look, I would imagine every team that shows up to the Big Ten tournament is interested in winning games. I do think, as someone who's watched this, that there's a difference in the way certain teams have approached that week. Like, I think that's fair to say. There's been teams that have been ready to be healthy and get to the NCAA tournament. And then there's teams that are like, no, we're balls to the wall. We're playing our dogs 40 minutes trying to win this banner right now. Um, I guess I've never asked you, what has the approach been in your experience with the Big Ten tournament and given the fact that you didn't win the regular season this year, is that going to be a new goal? Let's go win the Big Ten tournament for Purdue.
Yeah, I mean, I think my freshman year that was definitely something that we wanted to do, and I thought we played honestly really hard, and like what you said, like the main guys at all times to win it, and then I think our sophomore year, like I was getting told that first game to just not even try, like by some of our guys, and our mindset I think was that it didn't matter, like just focus on March Madness, that's more important. And then last year I felt like it's kind of a balance. It was a balance of both. Like, yeah, obviously you want to win basketball games, but like they don't necessarily matter in a sense. Which obviously we've been very lucky to be in a position where that it doesn't matter, right? Compared to other teams that like you have to win to either make March Madness or have to do well to even have a chance. So I think for us this year is I obviously want to win every game, and even my sophomore year, like I wanted to win all those games, and obviously we didn't. But I think it's just going in and trying to win them. I think that's just really it. That's our message.
The idea of Braden Smith playing in a basketball game that he doesn't want to win just like doesn't compute with me, no matter the
Yeah.
situation.
I was
So
like, if that's the case, just sit me out because I was like, I can't just go in a game and purposely try to throw it.
it's
Yeah,
weird.
Which yeah, like I was like, I just can't do that. Like I have to like actually try. Like I don't think I can like not try and like go out there and blow the game. So.
I just don't have that in me, coach. So the big news this week, or the past 2 weeks it came out, 2K has you in it. You talked a lot about how you love 2K, how you play it. Obviously, we'll talk about the Twitch a little bit coming up here, but I guess for you, just talk me through how cool that moment is. I mean, I saw you post about being on the game. There's a screenshot, and like you said, you're an avid player of that video game, and you probably look forward to being in your next step when playing in the NBA. But I guess how in that moment does it feel to be in the video game? That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, no, I think it was just like unbelievable. Like I don't think I was I think I was honestly like it sounds crazy like more excited about the video game part on Friday than the game that night versus you because I was just like I've played 2K almost my entire life and obviously you always create yourself and your my career and try to make you a look-alike and your attributes and what you do. So I think for me like that's just kind of what it was. Like it was kind of like a realization of like damn like this is pretty sick. And that's just really what it was. And obviously like people are kind of giving me crap that I collect my basketball cards. I'm like, dude, like it's the same thing. Like like will you
People are
dream?
giving you crap for that.
Yeah, because I asked people like if they ever pull my one of ones, that like I would pay for it and want them for my collection. People are like, oh, like it's weird that a grown man wants his own card. I was like, well, one, I'm 22 years old, so let's chill on that part. But two, I was like, it's just like a dream come true. Like as a kid, I just remember getting packs and opening them and not understanding the meaning at the time of different like obviously like numbering and all that stuff. But I was like, it's just something cool, and it's just kind of like the 2K thing. Like it's just something cool that you always like dream about and everybody always wants to have. So it came to reality and unbelievable feeling.
It's awesome. How are you feeling about the scan? I mean, we knew 2K was on campus getting the scan. Do you give them an A plus job? Do you think you look just like you?
I would say an A plus, yeah. Actually, maybe A minus because I feel like there's always room for improvement everywhere. So, because I feel like in the video they had me naked, like no arm sleeves, no undershirt, no leggings, just nothing. I feel like we could have like at least, and as a 2K guy, like when you're in the NBA or NFL, you get a logo like
Yeah.
under your names, like it's like if you're in the park or wherever, like they like it's you. I wish they would like do something for the NCAA people of like, okay, well, there's a Purdue logo next to my name to my account and my name or whatever that is. So I think that would be cool. That's the only thing I wish that would have happened. But no, overall, I think it's just obviously unbelievable. And I mean, I can't ask for too much. I think just being in the game is good enough. So
I mean, you're damn near a stakeholder in it now. I feel like by being in the video game, so you get a little constructive feedback. I feel like that feels good. I wish I saved the screenshot of I think the original announcement because they had some form, some guy that was supposed to be Bruce Thornton guarding you, and I swear to God, I saw Jameson Battle in the background for Ohio State, and I was like, so y'all just thought y'all could slide this past the real college basketball knowers? That's Jameson Battle back there.
yeah,
I,
no, it was they had a couple crazy things there. Like even in the store, like you can buy our jerseys and like just Purdue gear, like for all the 16 teams that are in it. And like for Zach Edey's jersey, it said like Evan Turner
That's
under Zach's. And I was like, come on, bro. Like, and I think they spelled like Yaxel's name wrong. It was like
Oh,
Yazzle or something like that. And they had a couple other mess ups, but I just think it's funny. Obviously, we're all probably very thankful for being in the game anyway. So I don't think it really matters. Like, you can put a Y in my name if you want. I don't care. I'm still buying the jersey.
honestly, knowing Yaxel, he probably doesn't know he's in the game. That would be
No.
my guess right now. He's probably just like, ooh, video game,
ooh,
really?
ooh, 2K, ooh, 2K.
Whoa. Did they didn't have the tat either, right? Where's the tat?
I don't know. It's a great question. They scanned it. They asked me if they wanted to end the game and asked to scan it, and I said
See,
yeah.
every part of the world is trying to hide the tat from the world. I don't get it, Braden.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
also you wear all these sleeves and stuff like that, and they got you out there plain Jane generic. Like
I
it's
know.
just like there was no like you don't put effort into putting that stuff on before the game. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Crazy. All right, last 2K related question. When you play as yourself in the game, do you play like yourself in real life? What's the differences between you controlling 2K Braden Smith versus you just playing basketball?
So there's two different like levels. So the one that's actually like me, like they made me, it looks like me, everything like to a T is on my team. I don't play my team. So
No.
yeah, but I did kind of get on that and obviously got my card and built a team and made a team. I played a couple games, but I just don't understand that that's not not for me. So I play my career, and obviously I made my player look like me. Made him 6'3" though, so a little bit taller.
Respect.
6 foot builds just in 2K are just difficult to, especially with the bigger defense. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, I play like myself. So
I'm dying. This is Braden's first commentary. It's going to be a little difficult for a 6 foot guard in the NBA. Is that what we're
yeah,
saying?
no, I mean it's different in person compared to the game, but yeah, no, I was like I
You
can't do it.
you
I'm
get undersold. You get undersold. And again, I feel like I've been plugged into the Twitch lately, where now I'm starting to understand like park nuances and
yeah,
things like that. You can't be a 6 foot guard in the park. It
you
ain't gonna
can't.
work.
And because mostly guys make a 6'9" 3 and D like, and he's just bumping you and hitting you. So you got to at least make some guy that's a little bit taller. Because I'm like, it's not realistic. If I have a 6 foot guard, I'm just going past everybody. Like, and there's a 6'9" guy guarding me. Like, yeah, you're not stopping in front of me. But obviously in the game, they just grab you and hold you, and it's nothing. And it's a video game. And then I want to break my controller, but
Don't you're not a rage quitter, are you?
not a rage quitter, no. But I'll break my controller. Yeah, I've done that a couple
Brett,
times.
Brett, that's a couple times.
Yeah,
Well,
I have
good
one of them.
segue. Good segue. You want to plug the Twitch? If you're
Yeah.
if you're not breaking the, do you keep the broken
You
controllers with
keep your
you?
broken controllers?
I have it somewhere. I don't know. Oh, here it is.
Dog.
Like this, like completely came off. I put it back on a little bit, but I keep it because this controller here is like $250.
That's a nice.
That's
It's got the
nice.
paddle. It's got the paddles on it.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
nice.
really nice. It's got the paddles in the back. I took them off though, but it's like a whole like custom. It's like a really nice. So I don't want to break that and have to pay for a new one. So I keep an old one when I'm mad, and I'll throw this one around. I'm trying to be smart here and not have to keep spending money, so I'll just use a broken pat or controller that I don't use anymore and smack that on the ground or whatever.
It's
Way to be
Vetty.
financially responsible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
Vetty.
I've actually done a lot better. Like I'll scream and stuff and get mad, but like I've breaking stuff. I've done better. I'm just like, all right, bro, like whatever. So
I respect it.
Give the Twitch plug. Tell people where they can watch you.
yeah, it's Braden3Smith on Twitch. I'm normally doing it with Lance. Obviously have some guys play. Finer plays, Fletch every once in a while, Antoine.
Keep Fletch off the stream.
But Fletch is on there.
Keep Fletch away from the stream, man.
No, he hates it. He always gives me crap though. He asked me today after I was like, dude, we're streaming at 5. Are you on? He's like, bro, like you don't invite me. Like I'm done playing. I'm like, all right, bro. Like then fine. I won't invite you. And as I was leaving, he's like, bro, like, can I play? I was like, you just yelled at me about how you don't want to be a part of it, and now you want to be a part of it. Like you get mad at the chat and you don't want to. You want to talk shit to everybody. Like,
Top five moment in probably Purdue history for me is Fletcher Lawyer telling somebody in the chat that they're broke. Like he literally said that. He's like, "You're broke. You're broke, and I'm rich." And then hits a three and starts saying like, "I'll skitty boop bop." I don't even know what it is. I feel like an unk right now, but it was truly special cinema.
no, it is funny though. It's just I don't know, just messing with people too. It's just funny, just a watch, just a funny
So
watch, and
it's
especially with Lance
hilarious.
more out there.
Shout out to my guy. Is it Frady? Is that his name?
Brady, yeah, that's my roommate.
Frady's special at 2K, man. I feel like he doesn't get the due he deserves to. Like playing with y'all, he does the little things in there.
Yeah.
He'll knock down the shot. He keeps everyone together because y'all are wild. He's the ultimate park teammate. I hope he knows that.
So quick little story about him. He's actually like the one that started watching you guys first, and then he's the one that
Oh,
kind of
oh
showed me.
yeah,
He's the one that showed me to you guys. Like he watches like all your guys' other videos, like that you guys do, like the game day, the preview, the post or the after the games. Like he always watches them. He always like sends me clips of you guys all the time. Like I'm just you guys saying some funny stuff. Like it's so he's gonna be watching this. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I got a shout out. But no, like
yeah.
he like
Shout out.
genuinely always like he'll be in the kitchen making food, and I'll come home from practice. He's just sitting there and he's got you guys on, and I'm like, what are you
Love
listening
it.
to now? And it's like oh, Omar Mayer's jawline. He's just sitting there giggling the entire time. Just like he's like, dude, like listen to what Cart just said. Like it's hilarious or whatever it is. No, it's funny that
That's hilarious.
no, it
Frady
is
Nowinski,
also
man.
yeah, it is also funny on chat. Everybody clowns him the entire time. Just dude, you're terrible. You're bad. They say a lot of other like kind of inappropriate stuff. To be honest, we got to figure out with chat and what they're saying. But it is funny if you're in our age range and are okay with that kind of stuff. But it's funny just
That's
seeing
funny,
him.
man.
Well,
Hilarious stuff.
my dog Frady. Let's get Frady on an episode at some point before the show
Definitely.
is over. And yeah, everybody go check out. If you're a fan of Running Point, I'm sure you will love watching the guys do their thing on Twitch. So, okay, questions to end this. Cart, I'm going first. It is Michigan State Purdue week. It is Carter Elliott's team versus Braden Smith and the Boilermakers. Braden, one very simple question from me to you before you play Carter's favorite team. Are you willing to break Carter's heart this week?
100%. 100%.
Makes sense. I hope you would. I hope you would. I'd
Do you
expect
know
nothing
who
less.
Cart picked to win this game?
I do not.
Cart, would you
I
like to?
picked.
Do you want to
I
tell him?
picked. I picked Michigan State to win this game. I picked Michigan State to win the game, and I know, and you know what? Yeah, I did. I did. But I'm gonna end up a winner on this either way. That's the thing. That's what people don't realize. Either my guy Braden is gonna win,
The
or
win-win.
I'm gonna win. Yeah, it's a win-win for me. I'm playing it cool.
See, but I think it would be an issue if you didn't root for your team, if you picked us. I think that'd be a problem. Like, how do you support a team and you don't? Like right behind you, you got a Michigan State Spartans Big Ten basketball board up there.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
if you
mean,
don't pick them, that's maybe an issue.
I gave
it
you that, by the
also
way.
it also does. Yeah, you did give me that.
You're welcome.
Why? Thanks, Greg. Like you have AI photos of me behind you. Do you want me to just point out things we got in our background?
I'm
It's
sorry.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
I
Also,
have Katie. There we go.
your background is still very superior to ours. Oh man, my one. You know what? My question was actually about the park and the Twitch and showing. Honestly, my question was a statement. I just want Freddie to get his flowers. That's really all it is.
I like that. I like that. I like
No,
that.
we got him off his game. Cart doesn't even have a question now. It's 2 days before the ball tips against the Spartans. That's crazy.
Because I'm not. I'm gonna say it because he said it. I'm not letting this dickhead get anything on us. He's looking. You already gave it to him. I already know he's looking for it. I'm just gonna stay back and be quiet. All right. I'll be there. The game's Thursday, Mackie. I'll be tuned in. I'll be supporting. That's all. That's all I'm gonna do.
There we go.
Wise
I like
move.
that.
Wise
Flowers to
move
Brady. Flowers to Brady.
for Brady.
Flowers for Frady. That's all I care about.
Shout
All
out.
right, Braden, close us out. Thank you as always, my friend.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. I mean, obviously, thanks to everybody watching. Sorry for it being such a long time. Busy schedules. So appreciate it. And shout out to Frady, like always. And you too. Thank you for doing it. Appreciate you.